I think this auction was a solid, strong success for vintage Heuer market, for the vintage Heuer watches and collectors. I think people may have been looking for fireworks with it being a Saturday night Geneva auction. I don't think we saw a lot of that, but we saw a lot of validation of previous prices. For example, one of the top lots in this auction was the reference 2446 big subs. We had seen one of those sell for $125. This one sold for $137,000, which does top that record. So if people wanted to see this watch go through the $200,000 mark, they might have been disappointed. But what everyone has to realize is this is the record price. In terms of the watches that didn't perform very well, one category I would say were the ones that people thought of as extremely rare, some of the icons. The Siffert Chronomatic sold at a slightly lower price than we'd seen a few months ago at a major auction. The Dark Lord Monaco. When they first hit the market a few years ago, the first one was sold at a public auction, fantastic price. I think when people started checking their notes, they realized that several had been on the market in the last couple of years. There was one watch in particular that had a lot of attention, and that was the V GMT very first execution with the screwback case. I don't think we'd ever seen one of those on the market. It's hard to remember one either on the internet or certainly not at a major auction. And that watch performed very well. So that shows again that something that was truly new to market and in spectacular condition, people were willing to pay for. One interesting pair of watches that I was keeping an eye on was the pair of gold Carreras, reference 1158. These are really hard to find. They tend to be in strong hands of lifelong collectors who won't let them go. Some people like gold, some people don't. I think these sold at market, but they're so hard to find that to see two of them in an auction catalog in such good condition was something that got people's attention. Summarizing what we saw tonight, we may not have seen fireworks in the top lots. We didn't see big records and breakouts and irrational exuberance, but I think we saw a validation of a lot of the prices that we've seen. And we've also seen tonight a real uplift, if you will, in sort of the B list. If some of the 1960s Octavias came back to earth, it was good to see the 1960s Carrera get the uplift. This may be another example of rotation where if people are tapped out at $50,000 and $60,000 and $100,000 Octavias, maybe they think the colorful Carreras or the Carreras with a story or patina represent a good buy in the current market.